Another Carline read. This is a nice cover. Alex Ross. This is the all-new, all-different Avengers. What month is this? September 2016. So, spoilers. But 2016. Yeah, I mean, that's a great cover. Alex Ross did a good job on that one. I really dig it. And I also have been really enjoying the storyline. Yeah, so I don't have all of them, but I wish I did. We start off with the Avengers fighting Annihilus. And they're in this second dimension. What they find out is that they have these bracelets. And if you put on these bracelets, you like switch positions with somebody else. Think of the movie The Marvels, where their powers would they would switch. But this is like they switched like in a completely different place. So you could be one place and then like instantaneously switch with another person as long as you put the bracelet on. Anyway, so they put these bracelets on, and then they're jumping in to fight Annihilus. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know a lot about that character. I actually have a really rad toy of him from the 90s, but I don't know much about him. But apparently he made this giant black star weapon. It's like a giant cannon. And I guess it's supposed to break through this dimension that they're in. And so they can invade into our dimension, is what I gather. Anyway, they're having a hard time with them. In this dimension, their powers don't work the same. So they're not as strong as they are in our dimension. I thought it was interesting that they made a reference to the Vision getting powered by our sun, and that the sun in this dimension isn't as powerful. It made me think of Superman. Anyway, so Jane Foster, Thor, jumps in to start fighting Annihilus and gets him pretty good, and then goes after the cannon and just barely puts a scratch in it. And she's like, what the heck? And then there's like a flashback, I guess, to what's going on Earth. And I don't know the backstory, but we have these two ladies. It's the Wasp, and then like the younger one is also the Wasp. And based on some of the context, it seems like the younger Wasp like stole the older Wasp's gear, the Pym gear, and name, and was like trying to imitate her. I don't know the backstory because it happened in previous ones, but she's like, I like you, kid. And they went to the White House, and what I thought was funny is that the swag she got from the White House included a snow globe and a football. Super random. Anyway, they decide they're going to go have a girls' night and just go and have fun. And then it goes to this other side story with Luke Cage and fighting Creel, aka the Absorbing Man, who I only know from the 90s collector Marvel cards, which is funny. So anyway, they throw down and have a quick battle, and that's pretty much all we know about that. And then it goes right back to this other dimension where they're fighting and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Miss Marvel does the switcheroo and ends up inside the cannon, and they're gonna try to blow it up. And I thought it was kind of funny because at one point Tony Stark asked her if she sees it, and she goes bazinga, from Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. I thought that was kind of funny, good little pop culture reference that, you know, maybe in 15 years or whatever, somebody reads this has no idea what's going on there. Anyway, so she's like starting to feel sick because it's radioactive. And then Stark's like, hey, I'm going to jump in there. And just then Nova stops him and then takes the bracelets and then jumps in and switches place. I really like how they do the imagery of like the X. It does remind me a little bit of... I don't know, just like that's like a superhero move, like a Wonder Woman would do something like that. I don't know. Anyway, Nova jumps in. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm pretty much radiation proof with the suit on. And he uses his energy and destroys the cannon. Annihilus is furious, of course, and then starts beating him up. And then, Jane Foster, Thor, jumps in, switches places, and starts attacking Annihilus. She throws Mjolnir And just then, Stark switches places with her, but Mjolnir, you know, is going to come straight back to her. And so what happens is Mjolnir starts coming back, and right before he starts getting beat up, he grabs Mjolnir, and Mjolnir like breaks through the barrier to this dimension, and they end up in this other dimension, trapping Annihilus in that backwards dimension. That's named, what is it called? They call the bracelet a Negaband, and that's, I don't know. Anyway, so he ends up in another realm, and Annihilus is trapped, and now they're in this other place. I guess that's our realm, but there are all of these aliens, and so they help fix these aliens' ships. Presumably Annihilus like trapped them. I don't know the backstory, and they go on their way. And it looks like Nova, the whole reason why they're out there is Nova's looking for his dad, and so they ask the aliens to see if they run into the Nova Corps to help Nova find his dad. And that's pretty much the end of it. I really thought it was a fun story. I liked the art. I liked the story. It makes me wish I had the first 11. If you find these in a dollar bin, man, pick them up. I think they're really fun. So 2016, they should be in a dollar bin somewhere. And come on, it's a sweet cover. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Bye.
And now some space nerds want us to find something we can't pronounce.